Hello, I'm Shraddha Peter. You are 13 CS 149. The program which I'm going to explain is delegates and events, and the topic is complex number. Here I have to add two complex numbers, real and imaginary part, as well as subtract and multiply. These I have done using delegates. So here I have created two objects. Program P1 using class name P1 and P2. P1 contain real and imaginary part, as well as P2 contain real and imaginary part. This is array of delegates. This directly invokes the functions using the class name program.add, program.subtract, and program.multiply. Add, subtract, multiply, multiplication, and all. All means multi-classing of delegates where all three functions are performed. Addition, subtraction, multiplication are done using switch cases. Here, see, this is for addition, this is for multiplication, the subtraction, division, multiplication, and division. So first is delegate declaration. Here I've created a delegate named complex program. The return type is void, since the program functions contain the return type as void. Then I pass two object P1 for the first one, real and imaginary, P2 for second, real and imaginary. This is a constructor for assigning the real and imaginary, as I pass R1 and real and imaginary, R1 and I1. So for that constructor, then this constructor I'll explain it later. See, this is delegate method invocation. The add function has been declared. I've passed two objects. That value, real value, I've added to result.real, and imaginary value I've added to result.imaginary. Similarly for subtraction and multiplication. Then this is the use when the since array, you have the array, I have done it using the array. So array, it is 0, 1 and 2 location, whereas here when you enter 1, 2, 3. So in order to make it 0, 1, 2, 3, I did n minus 1. Whatever input you give, minus 1. So that array will be invoked, and the function delegate invocation for each functions has been done. This is what delegate program. Then multi-classing. What it does is it wraps all the function into single function. So here add, program.add, program.subtract, and program.multiply are called separately. Means objects are created separately and they are called using plus operator. They have been concatenated and the function is called. This is my delegate program. Now I'll run it. Run. Okay. First you have to enter the first number 2, 3, the sum, first number, then second number 4, 5. What do you want? I want addition first, so add 0. Now I'll show all together. For that, multicasting 4 option I'm taking. See. So that is about delegates. Now I'll do events. I will explain events. Similar to delegates, events I've done for complex number, addition, subtraction, and multiplication. Here you have the same way as delegates. I've created two objects, P1 and P2, and what here difference it does for event, you create invocation is this one, and the program method invocation is this one. For the other one, you call it using the function class name directly, whereas here you create another object for program class and then you invoke it. This is for delegates. Events, and the event declaration is similar to delegate, void, delegate name, and for that I've created two classes, constructors. This is for real and imaginary constructor for program, and this is for the constructor to call the third object, that is for invoking the events. And this is for adding function where the real parts are added and the imaginary parts are added and they are printed. Subtraction the similar way using minus. Binding, this method binding is done over here. Event binding is done. Similarly for multiply, and all these functions are invoked using ev.com. ev is the objects of program. We use class names to invoke this, as I told you before. So similarly, and binding of data, the binding of events is done over here using plus. It's done binding. This is what happens in event. This I'll run it now. Enter the first number. No, this one is not. This one, events. Open. Okay, enter the real number 2, 3. Enter the real number 3, 4. So you can add, subtract and multiply. First I give add. So the addition value 5 plus 7 is the answer. Do you want to continue? Yes. Then subtraction. See, answer. This is my program. Thank you.